UCA utilizes GivePulse as the campus service platform for volunteer tracking on a personal level, for UCA commitment, or with all RSOs. This module will cover basic GivePulse info for RSO leaders and how users can enter an impact within GivePulse. GivePulse is used by students and organizations to report their time spent serving, money raised or donated, or other service-based opportunities utilized. The great thing about GivePulse is that groups around the Central Arkansas area use the platform to post opportunities at their organizations, so it has more than just on-campus service opportunities available. Students, faculty, and staff can look at any opportunities for themselves across a multitude of days, times, and service locations. GivePulse works hand in hand with CubConnect to transfer data between the platforms. If an event is created in CubConnect using the service type, it will automatically make an event in GivePulse. The event creator will then be the point of contact for the GivePulse event. Additionally, it is very important to keep the CubConnect roster up to date, as roster information in CubConnect updates the GivePulse roster. Updating the GivePulse roster does not update CubConnect. Finally, event coordinators can use the GivePulse app to check their volunteers in, and checking in attendees automatically gives them credit for the shift they signed up for. Each RSO has the ability to manage their own page appearance and information similarly to CubConnect by adding a group photo, cover photo, and updating the About section. Again, because of the connection between CubConnect and GivePulse, keeping the roster up to date in CubConnect is very important. The ability to join a group in GivePulse will be disabled, therefore the only way a member can be added to your GivePulse page is to have them added to your CubConnect roster. Additionally, the primary contact in CubConnect will be imported into GivePulse as an admin. They should have access to each RSO's page in GivePulse. Often, we find that the idea of what constitutes service differs between people or organizations. Most times, people think that service and philanthropy are the same, however, they are a little different. Service typically means the time that is spent doing an action. Philanthropy is money or goods that are raised or donated. The Volunteer Opportunities webpage has good information on opportunities, how to request a service cord for graduation, and what counts as service. With the beginning of UCA commitment, Student Life is utilizing the commitment service criteria. These guidelines will be used for approving impacts and calculating service hours and monetary donations in the future. Please pause if you would like to review the service criteria. To end the module, we will go over how to submit an impact in GivePulse. First, when an impact is submitted, it's important to recognize what type of service has been completed. Please ensure your members are aware of the service criteria shown in the previous slide and that they are categorizing their service appropriately. GivePulse recognizes 7 different types of service. Time is the hours spent performing a service. Money is a monetary value either directly donated or raised for a specific cause. Goods are items donated. This is usually an item that's been made, such as holiday cards or dog toys, or maybe toiletries or clothing that's taken to a donation center. Training is broken into a few different types, but they are usually training for a service event that will happen later. Research is a description box explaining what kind of research was conducted. Voting is a report of the election type. Voting descriptors are for elections such as federal, primaries, or municipal. Finally, Other is for anything that doesn't necessarily fall into the other types. This is another description box. Each impact needs a verifier. Commitment service criteria outline that service hours must be verified through GivePulse by a supervisor of the service activity or other representative of the host organization. This verifier should not be an admin of the RSO in which the submitter is a member of. If your RSO hosts a service event, attendance should be taken through GivePulse to give credit. Your members should not be self-reporting service hours for an event you've held. Additionally, taking attendance verifies service for participants that are not members of your RSOs. If attendance is not taken and a non-member reports an impact for your RSO's event, you should ensure that GivePulse is checked regularly enough to approve the impact request. Adding an impact in GivePulse is pretty straightforward. You can access GivePulse in 2 ways, either by going to your MyUCA and finding the GivePulse tile, or directly typing the UCA GivePulse URL into your internet's browser bar. When you get to the GivePulse webpage, you will need to log in with your UCA credentials. This will take you to the home screen for UCA's GivePulse, where you will choose My Activity, then Impacts. Choosing Impacts will take you to your Impact screen. Here you can review your past impacts or choose Add Impact on the right side. This will take you to a page where you can choose which group you would like to report your impact to. The Add Impact screen has several fields. We will briefly cover each of them. At the top of the page, you can double check the group you chose and change the group if you clicked on the wrong one. Next is the verification field. Choosing the drop box will open options for all admins for the chosen organization. If the impact was completed with another organization, you should choose to add contact info for a verifier. This will allow you to enter the verifier's contact information. Every impact should be externally verified. Most impacts will need to utilize this verification field. Next are the date and time fields. Here you can enter the date and the time the impact occurred. If this impact occurred more than one day or multiple times in one day, you should use the date and time buttons in the top right to add more. Next is where the type of impact is entered. Choosing the drop box here will open up the options to choose the type of impact. Impact should align with the service criteria listed previously in this module. The next box is requested information for the impact. Here a description should be listed explaining the basics of the impact. A reflection should not be completed here. This box should include where the impact occurred, what happened, etc. The radio options below should be reviewed and the closest match for type of service should be chosen. The next section is a rating of the experience, and this is where a reflection of the impact can be written. Any attachments can be added to show the service in action, or a receipt for a donation can be attached. Finally, the last box is where you can indicate if any other organization should be notified, such as if you are part of multiple organizations and want your impact to be reported to all of them. And the impact can also be made private if you choose to do so. After the impact is complete, don't forget to hit the Add Impact button. GivePulse support is a great resource for guides and more information on the platform.